Hello, I'm Bryson Horner. I'm a special education major here at UTM, and this is my EdTPA lesson plan. The central focus is for students to learn the place value of three-digit numbers. The standard is 2.nbt.a.1. Know that the three digits of a three-digit number represent amounts of hundreds, tens, and ones. Example, 609 can be represented in multiple ways as 600s, 0 tens, and 9 ones, or 6 tens and 9 ones, or 609 ones. The objectives: students will learn to identify numbers based on their place value. Students will give multiple word forms of numbers based on place value. Students will learn to write numbers in a correct order based off place value. The prior academic learning and prerequisite skills that students need is students must know the place value of one and two-digit numbers. Personal, cultural, and community assets. It will help all cultures of children to be able to know the place value of three-digit numbers. My plan supports are walk around and help any child who doesn't grasp material one-on-one. My grouping strategies are when I group the students together in order to do their work, I will put the more advanced students with the less advanced students in order to help them, get caught up and learn from one another. Because most kids learn better if their peers are teaching them rather than a teacher who they obviously aren't learning from. Differentiation. Modifications. If any student has problems with each other, I'll make sure they aren't together to avoid conflict and stress in the environment. Accommodation. The use of a worksheet will help students who learn better with hands-on activities. Some students, like myself, learn better working out problems, writing them on paper. The PowerPoint is to give students a visual example as well as verbal instruction to help better understand what I'm talking about. Also, the Kahoot game is to help students figure it out on their own as well as compete against other kids in the class to want to learn and win a video game and just for competition. Kids learn through competition sometimes. Materials needed by the teacher. I will provide a worksheet to students as well as a PowerPoint that I will thoroughly go over with them and a Kahoot game. The only thing the students need is to be present with an open mind and a pencil. The lesson introduction before the computer use, students will discuss the hook with their peers. Students will then help solve that problem out loud. They will listen and write notes from the PowerPoint. They will answer questions and engage in discussion during the lesson. Learning activities during computer use, the students will open the Kahoot game, join the game, and they'll compete against each other to see what they're struggling on and see what they need help on. Closure. After computer use, the students will complete a worksheet. They will have the opportunity to ask questions as well as explain the struggles they're having. After giving an overview of the lesson plan and worksheet, they will be tasked with doing an exit ticket. The extension activity. The exit ticket is the extension activity. Summative assessment. Objectives being assessed. The student will be able to identify the place value of three-digit numbers. The feedback. I will ask students if they need any help or have questions after the lesson. Modifications and accommodation. I will accommodate any student any way I can possible. Evidence of student understanding. Their grades on their worksheet will serve as evidence of understanding. Now, time for my think sheet. My technology-based lesson plan think sheet creation. Underline which number is in the thousands place. 146,798 is the lower level. What number is in the ones place? 7,452, also lower level. Write the expanded form of 632. This is upper level. Write the expanded form of 6,843. This is also upper level. Write the number form of 7 groups of 10 and 8 ones. This is upper level. Write the number form of 10 groups of 10 and 14 ones. This is also upper level. Now I'll be going over my rubric for my technology-based lesson plan. The category for the first one, participation in icebreaker question. Exemplary, which is the best you can get, is ranked at a 4. It means that you attempted it with all ability to answer the question as well as work with others. Accomplished is a 3. Attempted with most ability to answer the question as well as work with others. Developing is a 2. Attempted with some ability to answer the questions as well as work with others. And the beginning is a 1. Attempted with no ability to answer the question as well as to work with others. The second category is participation in the lecture. Number 4 is student is very engaged with PowerPoint and class discussion. Number 3 is student is mostly engaged with the PowerPoint and class discussion. Number 2 is student is somewhat engaged with PowerPoint and class discussion. Number 1 is student is not at all engaged with the PowerPoint nor the class discussion. The third category, accuracy during the Kahoot game. Number 4 is the student accurately answers the questions during the game. Number 3 is the student accurately answers most of the questions during the game. Number 2 is student answers very few questions accurately during the game. Number 1 is student answers no questions accurately during the game. My fourth category is efficiency and correctness on assignment and assessment. Number 4 is student efficiently and correctly completes all questions on the worksheet and exit ticket. Number 3 is student efficiently and correctly completes most of the questions on the exit ticket and the exit ticket correctly. Number 2, student somewhat completes the questions and exit ticket correctly. Number 1, student does not answer any questions or the exit ticket correctly. Category number 4, coachability throughout the lesson. Number 4, student is very willing to help others and ask questions. Number 3, student is mostly willing to help others and ask questions. Number 2, student is somewhat willing to help others and ask questions. And number 1 is student is not at all willing to help others or ask questions. Thank you.